Thank you for joining us for another interview for Yankton City Commission Coffee with the Candidates. We have Stacey Nichols with us here today, who is running for the Yankton City Commission. As a reminder, the election is on April 12th. Voting is at City Hall or Fire Station number 2, and absentee voting does begin on March 28th. So welcome, Stacey.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Stacey Nichols, and I have actually lived in this community most of my life. I was from Northeast Nebraska, and my parents moved up here when I was in second grade, and so kind of had families in both areas. And I come from a family of entrepreneurs. My parents actually started Clark's Rental in town back when I was a freshman in high school. I was going to do that math, but I'm not going to give you that math. So my husband and I have chosen to raise our family here, and I am married to Terry Nichols, and he works for the state at the Department of Transportation, and is also a volunteer fireman here in town. He has been on the department for 10 years now. We have 3 teenage boys, which is kind of crazy, but they grow up way too fast. I actually have 2 master's degrees. I have a master's in public administration and a master's in social work. And I chose to leave corporate America 13 years ago and started my own business then. And so I've just been,
Well, thank you. Can you tell us why you're running for the Yankton City Commission?
I am running because we need to get conservative voices and fiscally conservative people back in all of our local entities, whether it be the school board, the city commission, the county, the state. And that's the major reason that I'm stepping up to run.
So can you give us a little bit of what a definition of a conservative elected official is in your viewpoint?
In my viewpoint, it's somebody who's going to stand up for the rights of individuals, stand up for the rights of businesses and business owners, and just be an advocate for them, because that is what our cities and our states and our country is based on. Is we are based on thriving small businesses and standing behind the Constitution and representing people.
As an elected official, it is hard to put aside your personal beliefs and represent the majority of the constituents that you represent. Can you give me an example of how you would do that as a city commissioner?
Well, I think you need to be open and be listening to people, and you need to be listening to what people are asking and what they are saying. And so that is your role as in any type of board position that you would take, is you would represent the people, and so you need to hear from them.
So as a follow-up question, can you tell us how you would receive that feedback from the community?
Well, for example, I was on the Dive in Yankton where we did the new water park, and we had community meetings and things, and we listened to exactly what the people wanted, and we followed through with that.
Well, thank you from us as a community for working on Dive in Yankton.
Yeah.
The Huther Family Aquatic Center is quite an amenity for our community.
Well, last summer was an amazing addition to.
Yes, and water walking was more popular than anyone ever expected.
I know. I need to get out there and do that. I never did get up to do that.
Me neither. So the next question is, what are your priority projects for the community of Yankton?
You know, I'm not coming in with any priority projects. I am not here to represent any corporations or represent any entities. I am here to represent the people of Yankton. And I don't really believe it's the city that needs to be pursuing projects per se. I believe that we need to focus on our individuals and focus on our businesses in town and letting people thrive in that way.
So partnerships and collaboration with other entities in Yankton, the region, statewide, or even nationally are all critically important. Can you tell us what you would do to help strengthen existing relationships or grow new ones?
Well, I can tell you that because of the fact that I've had my own business for the last 13 years, I've just been able to interact with many, many people. And as my husband and my children will tell you, I know everyone, it seems like. And so I think that's a huge value. I know when there's, for example, I was a part of, or our family was a part of Missouri Valley Christian Academy for many years with my kids growing up, and I was a part of major fundraisers with that. And so just being able to reach out to individuals for various needs or various projects and things, I mean, communicating with people I think is a huge thing.
So can you name one project that you are proud that the city accomplished recently, and maybe one that you think could have gone better?
Well, I'm actually going to use the Huther Family Aquatic Center to answer both of those. So the reason that I chose to become involved with that project is because of the fact that I've been a part of this community. I saw that it was decades that we were trying to get that done in our community. I mean, that pool, the bath had the old pool, the bathhouse was the same when I was growing up and a teenager. And so we knew we needed to do something. And so my goal, I had actually found out that Spearfish they had actually renovated an old Walmart. Just like we turned an old Walmart into a church in town, they renovated an old Walmart into a recreation center and also did a aquatic center. They had that entire project funded. And so when I went into to this project with the city, I was very excited to hear from the people about what they wanted from this project and be on it on that part. But then I also volunteered to be on the fundraising side, and I was one of 4 fundraisers. And my goal going into that, I wanted to have that thing completely covered because I didn't want to have the financial burden go on our constituents. But unfortunately, that didn't happen, that we had it completely covered. But so on one hand, it was an awesome thing that I was able to be a part of. I'm so glad to see it operating in our community now. But on the other hand, I would have loved to have it 100% funded.
So in hindsight, is there anything from a fundraising perspective that could have done differently to raise those additional dollars?
I don't think so. I mean, we were expecting, I think, more entities to step up to donate more. I mean, we're so thankful for the people that did, and so many individuals stepped up, and we were able to take a small burden off. But it would have been nice to take the entire burden off.
So talking about other projects that will cost a significant amount of money, the wastewater treatment facility. Can you share your thoughts on that project, maybe funding or location?
You know, I was very thrilled when the two different projects, you know, whether it was the $88 million one or the $44 million one, I was very thrilled to see that the City Commission decided to go with the $44 million one. We know that our community, because of the aquatic center coming in, because of the water, the other water plant that we just did, all of our costs have been rising. And so to be able to go with the lower cost one versus the $88 million one, I think was a very, very good choice that the commission made.
Do you have any thoughts on location?
No, I think some people have asked, you know, why do we have it right down on the river? But I just don't think financially right now that it would have been a smart thing to move it.
So in closing, is there something that you want to mention today that was not a part of the previously asked questions that would help the voters decide if you have earned their vote?
Well, like I said, I just want to be a conservative voice on the commission, and I want to represent the people. That is my only goal and my only intention. So I would be happy to serve on the City Commission for Yankton.
Well, thank you very much. And once again, Election Day is April 12th, and we encourage all registered voters to participate. So thank you very much, Stacey.
Thank you.